Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Maybe you have seen there are a lot of duo cups going on right now. So you have all the divisional cups for FNCS with the goal being to get to Division 1 so you can qualify to FNCS. And super important for divisional cups is getting quality practice in. And in this video, I'll cover how you can play duo scrims. This is probably the best way you can practice for tournaments because duo scrims are basically real games with rules. So you go into a custom lobby and then you're allowed to fight off spawn usually until like 80 people are alive. Then you're not allowed to fight until the 5th zone appears. And this is going to lead to a lot of people being alive, which means you get a really stacked game to simulate an actual tournament game. And that way you can practice your endgames really good, your positioning, and today I'll show you how to do all of that good stuff. Before we get into it, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and always feel free to comment down below if you have any questions. So step number 1 is going on to Discord. And this is how you're gonna get into these custom games. So first of all, you need to join one of these scrim servers, one of these custom game servers. To join, I'll have a link to my Discord down below, and there you can find a list of these scrim Discords. You can join them. So join my Discord in the bio, and now I'll show you with an example of Noble Practice Scrims. So you click onto the server, now you have all these channels. You won't see those at the start, don't be worried about that. Because first of all, you have to go to Epic Verification. And right here, first of all, you'll have to probably hit like a complete button so you're able to chat. Do that first, pretty obvious button, you'll see it. And then you want to link your Epic account. So you want to click onto link Epic account, and then you'll get a message from the Unite bot. And if you have never linked an account to this, you'll have to follow the steps. So check what it says. You'll have to add a bot in game, then they'll know your Epic account, and then you can link your Epic account that way. And this is necessary to be able to play the scrim. So make sure you do that. Just follow through the steps. You can let me know if you have any questions. And then once you have linked that, go back to the server. And now you will see the channels for these scrims. So you'll see the channels. If you go down here, you'll see the custom category, and then you'll see duo keys. That's where we want to go to play our duo scrims. Now, first of all, before you hop into your first scrim, please read the rules because we don't want you to get banned. If you break the rules, you will get banned, but it's basically what I said at the start. You can fight until 80 people are alive, and then once zone number 5 appears. But make sure to check those out and then go back to duo keys. And now, if there are duo scrims being hosted, usually you'll see that you just scroll up a bit and then you'll see when the next game is going to be hosted. And then you'll see next game here, for example, at 1:50. Then you wait till that time. And once it's that time, you want to check the chat again. And then they will post this game. It will be a message. And then below you'll see a hand that you can click. And that's basically just you reacting to that message. So you want to click onto that hand. And once you've clicked that hand, you wait a bit. And then you go back to in-game. And then you'll get a friend request from it's called Unite, and then a number. You'll get a friend request. You want to accept that friend request. Then invite this bot to the lobby. He'll request to join, so just accept the request to join. Once he's in your lobby, you want to make him the party leader. And once he's party leader, he will set everything up for you. So you just have to ready up. And then you're good to go. Make sure, of course, you're in the lobby with your duo mate. And once you're ready, you'll see that you're basically waiting for the game. And above the ready button, you can see how many players are waiting for that game as well. And if you can see the number going up right there, you did everything right, and you just have to wait for that game to start. And yeah, that's how you get into your first duo scrim game. Now I'll run you through a game I played with my duo mate yesterday, just so I can give you a couple tips so you don't die right away. So basically the only important thing for the start of the game is that you have a good drop spot, because that's when you can die, right? You can die until top 80 and then people will stop shooting. Still be careful after that. There's always some people that keep shooting you. Be careful, don't get too close to other people, just as a warning. There will be people that try to kill you, even though they're not allowed to. But yeah, try to get a good drop spot. And here, it's not super important that you need to fight off spawn, so just try to survive off spawn. If you see there's other people landing with you, like here, for example, we're gonna be the only ones here because they get scared. But if you see people close to you, just be careful. You don't wanna die, just try to survive until top 80. You can always try to get away a bit. So you can fight off spawn. So right here, we saw this other team landing down here. So we try to look for them because it's easy tags. And what you need to watch out for, if you haven't played any tournaments, you might not know this. You need Storm Surge in stacked games. Storm Surge is basically that you need to get some tags on people without getting tagged back. That's super important. You don't want to get hit back. And this is going to add up throughout the game. And now there's going to be a zone where there's so many people alive that some people are going to be hit by Storm Surge. That means they basically just get zapped out of the air for 25 ticks. You don't want that to be you. And always the team with the least amount of damage gets hit. So you need to make sure you do some sort of tag damage off spawn or in the early endgame once 5th zone appears. So right here, we just get that kill, and then we have some tags right here. We're gonna look for the second guy here, get that kill right here as well. So now we basically have like 400 damage, so we're full chilling. And now basically you just want to loot right here. You see us farming, we land at this spot, painted palms, really good metal here. We're just gonna get full loot. I recommend you and your duo mate playing different ARs. So one of you play a AR with small ammo. I like the assault AR a lot, but of course you can play something else, and the other player plays the normal AR or the enforcer. That way you can split your ammo, you have a lot of ammo left. Then I recommend playing the mist grenades that are in the game right now, play a fizz, and then big pots, maybe medkits if you want to play zone, but in scrims that's not necessary. So you can play big pots and minis, and that way you have 4 heals. Of course, play the jetpack, and then you just want to get full mats right here. Now, also important, a lot of people in scrims, they don't really know what to do in this mid game. They just farm up, just run around randomly, but here it's super important that you get a good position. Because no one can fight, you can focus on getting a really, really good position because no one's gonna shoot you while you're getting to that position. So you always want to get into the dead side of storm. If you don't know what dead side is, quick explanation for you guys. The dead side is always the side with less people. So let's look at this side right here, at this storm. There is going to be less people on this back side of storm. Usually dead side is the part of zone that's closer to the water, so that's gonna be this backside. And you can just think about it logically, because everyone that landed on this part of the map, they have to get into storm. So logically, they're gonna be around this side of the storm circle because they're just gonna run into the edge and then just chill around here. So no one's gonna go actually this deep into zone. So there's only gonna be the people that are smart and the people that landed there, and that's not gonna be that many. So you always wanna get into this backside. That's gonna be your goal for mid-game in scrims. So right here, you see us on this backside right here. We're chilling, not a lot of people around us. The most people are right in the middle, and I think these people back here are not loading. Remember, you have 10 jetpack uses, so use that jetpack to get early into a good position, because other people want that position too, right? So if you want a really crazy position on a mountain, you're gonna have to be the first one there, so use your jetpack to get there. And then on these later zones, it gets a bit tricky, especially because we had a not that good position because everyone is able to spray us, so we had to run a bit and then jetpack. When you are jetpacking, make sure you're jetpacking with other people. If you're the only one jetpacking, especially in these zones where the half of the zone is already in zone, so people are already there, they don't have to rotate, they're just gonna look back at everyone jetpacking, so you can get tagged really hard here. So you wanna make sure you're jetpacking with other people so you don't get tagged that much. On these 50-50 zones, I call them, so where the half of the zone is in zone at the start, if you get into this backside, you have a crazy position because as you can see, no one is back here. That makes it way easier to rotate to the next zone, but we don't get this far in this game, so we just chill here in this box. Now, if you need Storm Surge, you can spray people. We're on 600 above. So always before you rotate, try to do what I'm doing here, for example. Jump in your cone or just look out of your cone like my teammate is doing here and scout out your rotate. You want to see what's going on, how you can fly, where people are going to look at you from. So you can map out a path that you can do with your jetpack with getting minimal amount of damage by using natural cover. So use valleys, use trees, use rocks. Now for this next zone, until like zone 7, 8, 9, you can always use your jetpack. So here we're just going to use our jetpack. You want to do this smartly with your jetpack as well. Please don't just like get out of your box and then just jetpack because you can get easily shot. So you can't really see the builds here, but basically what we've done, we have a full box right here. This is just not showing. And then we edit the wall like this. So you just edit the top row of the wall away. Then you stand down here and then you just press your jetpack and you're gonna fly right out here. And that way no one can see you because once you're out visible, you're fully flying up and that's really hard to hit. And now because I see this base is basically gonna be in storm and you always want a high position, we're gonna fly a bit into storm, build to that base and then build over here. Now actually someone's gonna land on us so we can't stay on this high ground position. Try to fight them, but my teammate drops down and then we just chill down here, which is fine as well. But if you see those positions in storm, you don't be scared of going into the storm a bit. Now zone number 8, you could jetpack here, but I see that we have a free rotate around this side here. So we're just gonna run it. And with these moving zones, the ideal position you want to have is on the side. You don't want to be in the middle because that's where most people are. That's how you're going to get killed because everyone is running right next to you. You have to be super careful. So pick a side, just like us. I see there's no one in front of us, and then we can easily just jump down here and we're basically already in zone now. So we just run around the left. You can do minimal building because the zone is on your left side. You don't have to block that. You just have to block your right. And that way you can get into zone pretty nicely here. You get all the way ahead. You always want to be at the front side of storm. So your goal is always to be at this front where the zone is slowly going to the circle. And then you want to be like 1 or 2 boxes in the circle so you have some time to react for next zone. Now at this point where the zone is really small, like 10th, 11th, 12th zone, we can't watch the replay here very nice because it's glitched. But here your goal is always to be on the front side like we already said. And that way, with being on front side, you can get easier refreshes because usually at this point in the zone, you run out of mats. So you want to be getting refreshes. So if you are at the front side of zone, you basically block off where people have to go. And that way they have to go around you because they want to get past you, right? They have to get into the storm. And by them going around you, you have the option to edit on them because they're running by your walls, your top, your floor. And that way you can open that edit and then go for a nice shot. And then that way try to get refreshes. And that's how you're going to play out the rest of the end game. What we didn't cover in this game because we didn't go for it is high ground. If you want to learn how to play high ground nicely because it really is the thing that wins you the most games, check out my video on how to play high ground. And there I go into a lot of detail. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to help you. Make sure to join my Discord and the Scrim Discourse, and good luck in the divisional cups if you're playing them. See you in the next one.